guys, it's Aromie here. Welcome back to our life. We are here, gonna go on a shopping trip with Cove. Go straight towards a gentle tide creeping up the sand, and he fell into the place beside him. It was a nice day. The sun was shining, and there weren't many clouds in the sky, though the wind coming off the ocean kept it from being too hot. He took in a deep breath, enjoying the scent of salt air and ocean air. When you looked at Cove, he was dragging his feet through the sand a little, and you slowed down to wait for him. His eyes searched the ground intently. Are you looking for snails? Are you looking for shells? What is it? You didn't feel it. Are you looking for shells? Cove startled a little at the sound of your voice and mumbled, sort of. If you see any, can you let me know? You can manage that. You dropped your feet to the sand, walking carefully so you didn't step on any. You were good at finding shells. You had a lot of them at home and always found new ones whenever you visited the beach. The comforting sound of the waves filled the silence with pleasant white noise, and you played a little game with yourself as you walked along, getting as close to the water as possible without getting wet. It resulted in you having to run up the sand quickly when a wave rushed in more than a few times, and although Cove threw a few glances your way, he didn't say a word. He's so considerate. You didn't either? What did you want to go to the shops for? What do you usually do on the beach? Why'd you want to go shopping, huh? I need a new sand pail. Yeah? What happened to your old one? Cove narrowed his eyes, seeming to think deeply for a second.
Whoa.
It disappeared. Really? Cove ducked his head down, lacing his fingers behind his back. It didn't seem like he was going to continue, so he nudged his arm. How did that happen? Well, Cove opened his mouth and shut it again, considering. I took it to the beach one day. Uh-huh. When I got home, it wasn't anywhere. You left it there? Nope, it wasn't at the beach when I went back. Then you lost it. It disappeared.
So...
It disappeared. Someone stole it. What about you? What do you do out here? I don't come to the beach a lot. I like swimming. Oh, hell no. I don't know how to do that. I like looking at fish. I like to build sandcastles. Sandcastles for sure. Last summer, Lizzie and I built one that was as tall as me, and sometimes they have sandcastle building competitions down by the boardwalk. Cool. I bet you could win. Oh, thanks, Cove, for hyping me up. You smiled at Cove. Maybe the two of you would build one together one day. I hope so. Once you reached the shopping area, the noise level grew exponentially. No longer just waves and footsteps, but the chatter of people enjoying a lovely summer day. Call of birds trying to find bits of food left behind, and lots of salespeople trying to get attention. You sniffed the air as you walked beside Cove. You could still smell the ocean, but there were other scents now too. Pizza, pretzels, hot donuts. It's nice. It's not very nice, right? No, it's nice. I love it when it's like busy. The energy surrounding the air seemed to fill you, and there was a bounce in your step as you began looking at all the familiar sights. There were so many things to do, you didn't know where to begin. You looked at Cove, hoping he was just as excited as you were. Cove was glancing from one side of the street to the other with a look in his aquamarine eyes that you couldn't quite work out. What's that? Cove pointed to a large crowd of people gathered near a few tables with large, colorful umbrellas spilling from their middles. You couldn't see past those who were blocked away, but you knew there must be something worth seeing. Without another word, the two of you hurried over to see what all the commotion was about. Feast your eyes on the amazing Alexander. In the center of the crowd was a man with a tall hat and a funny green coat that had 3 long tails. There was a little table next to him with a cloth hanging over it that read, "The Amazing Alexander," in glittery golden script. Why tell people his name if it's already on his sign? Cove hummed with understanding, then turned to walk away just as the Amazing Alexander began shuffling a deck of cards. You bit your lip, reluctantly starting to follow after Cove again. You continued looking over his shoulder, however, wanting to see as much as you could before you got too far away. Hey! Now watching where you're going proved a bad idea as you bumped right into Cove. Oh, sorry. Did you want to stay or something? If that's okay. He briefly lifted his arms up off his sides before returning them to place. You could have said so. With that, it began. The magic man pulled one card out of the deck, showing it to the curious onlookers. It was a 4 of diamonds. Watch closely. You did, squeezing through a few of the adult onlookers to get a better view. Suddenly the man snapped his fingers and the card just disappeared. Whoa! The Amazing Alexander, who had earned his title, turned his head and looked directly at you. He reached out with a kind smile. What's this behind your ear? You backed away. Nothing? Tell me? Can I just be quiet? This one time I wish I could be quiet, I can't. Nothing? It was true, you didn't keep anything there. You smelled like popcorn candy when he stepped closer, and you wrinkled your nose in confusion as you watched him. You felt a tug, and then he pulled the 4 of diamonds out from behind your ear. What? You knew that it couldn't really have come from your ear, but you still didn't get how you'd done it. There was a line of applause from the crowd, and the man gave a deep bow. This is for you. The magician plucked a pair of balloons from a clump of them tied down to his table. Both were in the shape of a dolphin instead of being a normal circle. And one for your friend too. Thank you for being my assistant. Wow, now you're really grateful he chose you. After that, he went to someone else in the crowd. Pick a card, any card. How did you do that? My uncle does that every time he visits, not the balloons, the stuff with the cards. Cove spoke plainly while reaching over to take the dolphin that had been designated for him. Maybe it wasn't so special then. So special. Cove was just ruining the fun. At least you had a fun time. He wondered if Cove's whole family was magic. I think I would wonder if his family was magic. If so, he was lucky. The crowd started to clear some, and you noticed to the side there was a whole rack of brightly colored kaleidoscopes on display. You picked up at the kaleidoscope, you picked up a Rubik's Cube, you picked up a Magic 8, you walked past the toys. I would pick up the kaleidoscope. Oh! You shifted your balloon string to your other hand so you could bring the mysterious tunnel to your eye. A whole palette of colors appeared right in front of you. It's been so long since I looked through a kaleidoscope. Do we even sell those anymore? I'm sure Amazon does. Spinning into all kinds of different shapes as you twisted the end of the tube. Cove picked one up and looked through, twisting the tube at the end. After a second, he set it back on the rack, moving to the other side of the stall. He went under the awning, careful of his own floating dolphin, and he joined him. Did you have places like this in your old town? Are you having fun? I don't really like it here. You said nothing. I think I would ask if he had this in his old town. Cove blinked at you for a moment and wondered if you shouldn't have asked. You knew how much you missed that place. Not really. You nodded understanding, looking over at the stalls nearby. The favorite part we actually get to pick. I'm pretty sure, unless they took it out, but I hope they didn't. While Cove looked at the sand pails, you were drawn to a table with colorful keychains laid out on it. They were sewn in the shape of sea creatures, and there was a plaque that read "Handmade," standing proudly in front. I think last time I chose the crab because it looks so goofy. I'm not a huge fan of dolphins or sharks. But this turtle's kind of cute too. But I think I'm gonna go with the crab still because it just looks so cute. Look at it, it looks so goofy. There are a lot of different types. You saw a dolphin, a shark, a crab, a turtle. You picked up the crab. Aaron stopped on the crab, claws raised and a tiny smile on its face. Look how cute it is! You guys, I'm pretty sure you would choose something else, but I would choose a crab. It had big eyes and little legs, and the fabric was smooth when you picked it up. You had seen a few crabs out at the beach before, though they usually scuttled away before you got the chance to look at them closely. You liked the idea of having a crab all of your own, even if it was just a soft animal. You were instantly enamored. Checking the price though, your heart fell. $6. You didn't know much about money, but you thought that was a lot to spend on one thing. You rarely had more than a $5 bill to your name. Is that what you want? Huh? Oh, it's $6. I didn't bring any money.
Alright.
It's fine. Really? Really? Are you sure? Hooray! You don't have to. I don't want you to get it for me. Are you sure? I think that would be my question. Cove took the keychain from your hands, and that was that. He was holding a small yellow bucket for himself, too. My dad told me to. You were a little nervous but happy with your purchase nonetheless. What if his dad didn't tell him to? Would he not have bought it for me? It was nice of Cove's dad to let Cove buy something for you, too. After Cove paid the two of you stepped out of the store and side by side, your balloon dolphins knocking together and spiraling around in the air. You watch Cove hold up his new pail to his face, examining it thoroughly. Hey, Cove. Yeah? Did your dad always give you money out like that? Thanks for getting it for me? Getting me it? Nothing? No, thanks, man. Okay. Can you be a little more enthusiastic? It wasn't clear if you really accepted your thanks or not. What? You were going to thank him for the keychain again, but considering he only did it because his dad told him to, probably didn't matter. Cove raised an eyebrow but didn't push the issue. Cove looked further down the street where different food carts were lined up. He rested his non-cast arm over his stomach. And just as he did, yours let out a light growl. You hadn't eaten since breakfast, and after all of this wandering around, you were definitely ready for some lunch. Let's get some food. Yeah. You two wandered around a short while, looking at all the delicacies that were available. Everything looked delicious, and as the different smells, both sweet and salty, wafted over to you, your stomach growled even louder. After passing up hot dogs, snow cones, ice cream, pizza, you both agreed on pretzels. Cove got something sweet and cinnamony, and you got a plain one, got one with cheese, got one with sprinkles, got one with chocolate, got the same. I honestly like the same thing still. You licked your lips hungrily as the vendor handed you pretzels over, ready to take a big bite. Your mom didn't like you to eat too much sugar, but this was a special occasion. We're going rebellious mode here. The little cup of icing looked too delicious to pass on. You found an empty table close enough to the beach that the grit of the sand made terrible noises when you dragged chairs out to sit down. These balloons are gonna make it hard to eat. Cove placed his bucket on the table as he stared at his still balled up hand that was wrapped around the string. You opened your mouth to agree before an idea hit you. I know. After carefully placing your pretzel somewhere it wouldn't get sandy, you took the balloon dolphin out of Cove's hand and tied it in a delicate bow around his wrist.
Oh.
Cove bounced his arm up and down in place, testing the stability of your knot. After watching his balloon jostle around but remain attached, he smiled satisfied. Could you help me too? I can't tie it on my own wrist. He repeated the ritual. Cove struggled somewhat with the cast restricting his fingers on one hand and a string already tangled around the other.
Okay.
Thanks, man. Got it. The two of you spent a moment admiring your handiwork, both hands now free to allow easy munching on your pretzels. You bit into a doughy treat, savoring the taste on your tongue with a smile as you looked up over the ocean. After a time you finished your pretzel, you were done before Cove. It was boring not having things to do. You pulled on the string of your balloon to bring it down to your level, then held the dolphin in your hands, manipulating it to make it look like it was jumping through the air. If you turned to face towards the beach, it almost looked like it was swimming in the waves like a real dolphin. A laugh came from your side. Oh, he's so cute! Just seeing him express more is so nice. When you glanced back at Cove, he had left the remaining part of his pretzel on the wrapper and he was gripping his dolphin too. Mine's name is Merryweather. He's a prince of the dolphins. My name's Flash. They star in the movies. My name's Cherry. She's actually an alien. Mine's name is Sam. They're just a regular dolphin. I want mine to be a prince, obviously. He wears a crown made of seaweed and all of his friends are merfolk. Every now and then he'll make friends with the kid and let them ride on his back. You'll decide, wishing you could meet a real dolphin like Merryweather. What's yours? Cove considered this question, placing the balloon against the table and resting his free arm across it in contemplation. It's... With a loud pop, the balloon exploded into ribbons. I forgot this sad thing happens. Oh no. Oh no! For a second, all Cove did was gape in shock like you. Then his cheeks puffed up, squinting his eyes, and you saw tears start to glisten. You made a joke. You offered to find Alexander. You offered to give Cove your balloon. He did the same thing. He would be alright. Here, have Merryweather. You could have my balloon instead if you want it. Cove looked at you, frowning. I don't want yours. Which is, typical children behavior. They want their own. Oh, you felt bad for Cove, but we're secretly glad. You really liked the little dolphin and weren't too eager to give it up. Cove spent the rest of the outing sniffling and didn't say much else. The passing Cove's balloon was the last major event of your adventure. In the end, the two of you headed back late that afternoon. You separated on the beach, and while Cove went straight home with his brand new sand pail in hand, you decided to sit for a while. You watched the waves and the sunset, fiddling with your new keychain. Another summer day was drawing to a close. It had been nice for the most part. Hopefully there wouldn't be any tears next time. Alright, nice! So then it clears out to be gray when you finish it. So the next episode, I know we have some time left, but I want to keep all these together in somewhat. Next one will be grown up. I'm guessing we're gonna play house because that's looks like what it is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.